reading bug, it's my favorite place to be.
Hi, my name is Lauren. I'm from the Reading Bug in San Carlos, California, and I'm here today with the creator of Captain Underpants and Dogman, Dav Pilkey. Thanks so much for coming today.
Thank you, Lauren. It's great to be here.
So we're gonna do some drawing. I'm very excited about this.
Yeah.
So as we go, we'll just we'll chat a little bit.
Okay, sounds good.
So, as a little boy, I heard that you were a bit of a troublemaker.
A bit. I actually, when I was a kid, I had something called ADHD. You heard of that,
Yes.
right? Okay. In case the viewers have not heard of it, it stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Delightfulness. And so they didn't actually have a term for it when I was a kid. I was diagnosed with extreme hyperactivity. But I was always getting in trouble, didn't really fit in really well in school, so I was a little bit sad. And so here's me as a sad little kid. But and one of the problems was I was really disruptive during class, so my teacher was constantly sending me out into the hallway. I think she didn't have a whole lot of resources back in those days for kids like me. So I would be confined to a little desk out in the hallway where I would sit and just kind of be by myself. It was very, very sad, except that I loved to draw. So I would take a little pencil there, piece of paper, and I would start drawing pictures of superheroes and dogs and cats, and that's actually where I created a lot of my characters, like Captain Underpants and Dogman, and actually Diaper Dog came from the hallway too, and so that actually made me very happy.
So these all date back to when you were that little, all the characters.
Yeah. Well, Captain Underpants and Dogman started, and Diaper Dog. They're the three characters that I brought with me from my childhood. Yeah.
Oh, that's so neat. So, at what point did this change into a career as a writer?
Actually, when I was in college, I had a teacher she was an English teacher, and she really liked my writing, and she loved my cartoons, and she said, why don't you write a children's book? And I said, yeah, okay, that sounds like a good idea. So within 6 months, I wrote my first children's book.
What was your first one?
It was called World War I. It was a story about a polar bear and a fox and a raccoon. Let's see if I can remember how to draw them. But I entered it into a contest that they had back in the day called the National Written and Illustrated by Contest, and I was very fortunate because I won the contest for my age category, and the first prize was that they published my book.
Wow.
And so there's one of the characters from that a little bit.
So some people think that it started with Captain Underpants, but it really started with World War I.
Yeah, World War I. That was the first book, and that was about 30 years ago. And even though the contest isn't around anymore, Scholastic, my publisher now, has a wonderful contest called the Scholastic Writing and Art Award that they do every year. It's a great opportunity for kids. If kids love to write and create, even with sculpture, no matter what they love, they can enter this contest, and they have scholarships, and they really are very, very supportive of kids and students.
So when did Captain Underpants start? How did you come up with this idea?
Well, this goes back to second grade. Captain Underpants. I was sitting in class one day, and my teacher actually gave me the idea. She was talking one day in class, and she mentioned the word underwear. And we were all second graders. For some reason, we just burst out laughing because underwear, of course, is hilarious. It is, yeah. So she didn't think it was funny though at all. She got really angry, and she, told us that underwear is not funny, and we just laughed even harder. And I just remember, I'll never forget that moment because everyone was just laughing their heads off because of underwear, and it just occurred to me that I never knew how powerful underwear could be, and so I decided to do something about it. And I took a pencil and a paper, and I drew my very first drawing of Captain Underpants back then. And so he's been with me for about 45 years.
So reading in school were tough for you. So what kind of advice would you give to a kid who's having those same struggles?
If you're having a hard time in school, I think it's the best thing to do is to find an adult that you really trust. Hopefully it'll be a parent or a grandparent or somebody, and really keep the lines of communication open. And let them know if someone's being mean to you. You got to let them know. And also, but with reading, I have dyslexia. I still have it. It's still sometimes a challenge, but it's like they say with everything, practice makes perfect. The more you practice, the better you get. And so I would recommend that everybody practice reading 20 minutes a day. Read just for fun for 20 minutes a day at least.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
So, if you had one superpower, what would it be?
Actually, I already have a superpower because I can read, and I think reading is one of the greatest superpowers ever created, because if you can read, you can explore new universes, you can live lives of other people, you can share in fantastic adventures, visit new worlds. Reading is just like the most amazing thing, and I just think if you look at the research, kids who read do better in school.
Yeah.
And kids who read have better communication skills. Kids who read, especially if you're reading for fun, you actually become more empathetic and a better, kinder person. So it's not only is it life-changing, but it could be world-changing as well. It's a very, very important thing. That is my superpower. I can read.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming today. And we can, this is Dogman.
Yes, this
Dogman
is
is available, number 3 now is available at your independent bookstore or other independent bookstores across the country, at the Reading Bug as well. Thank you so much. It was so nice to meet you.
Thank you, Lauren. Thank you.
Your family store for books and more, it's filled with harmony. The Reading Bug, it's the happiest place to be.